Hello, welcome. My name is Richelin Garcia, and today I am going to be sharing with you the third class of this small series, Yin Yoga for Beginners. In today's class, we are going to be focusing on working with our hips, and as usual, it's a good idea to keep props near your mat, some blocks, blankets, whatever that you might consider necessary for your practice. So let's get started. First of all, by sitting, any comfortable sitting position for you. Just remember to keep your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. And let's take a deep breath in and then exhale slowly. Once again, we take a deep breath in. And then with the exhalation, we close our eyes. We go back to our natural breathing and just observe it for a little bit. We center ourselves, we bring presence to this moment, awareness. Now take a deep breath in, and with the exhalation, slowly open your eyes. And we are ready to start. We are going to start today by doing a Malasana position, squatting position. This position is not really available for everyone, but today I want to give a try to what is it that is available for us when we try to do this pose. So we are going to bring our feet pointing towards the outside, more or less hip distance apart. If we have the feet together, then we are not going to feel the pose too much, and the further away we have them, then this pose is more intensified. So some of you might not have the heels on the floor, and then maybe might just be here. Try to hold your balance and just feel the pose. I just want to bring awareness on how is your body naturally when you're trying to do this pose, and we are going to hold it for only 1 minute, and then we move on with our practice. So we try to bring our arms in between our legs and try to keep the back straight, palms together, and try to push the legs with the arms, and then just feel the pose. Observe what is more challenging for you. Where do you feel it the most in your body? You can close your eyes, you can keep them open. Okay, that's 1 minute. Now slowly, maybe you support yourself with your hands, and then lift your tail up, point your feet towards the front, and then let your head and your back hang. Maybe you have your knees bent, and will you stay here for another minute? Try to relax, even though your feet and legs are a bit active. Relax your back, your neck, your shoulders, your face. Okay, that's 1 minute. Now slowly bend your knees again. Come to your mat, and now we are coming into a tabletop position. So we come into hands and knees. And now we are going to do the dragon, and we are going to bring the right foot next to the right hand. Then we are going to lean our body a bit forward. We want to feel the front of the left hip. This is the target in this pose. So sometimes being just here, like we are not feeling anything, so then we need to come a bit forward. But pay attention that your right knee is not way over your toe, so maybe you want to bring your foot a little bit more forward, or even bring your left leg a bit more backward, so you can feel the stretch here. Not a super intense stretch that it starts hurting, but you feel the stretch. For some people, having the knee down here might be painful depending on the type of mat that you had. If that is your case, you might use a small blanket and place it underneath your knee, and that should help you. And if there is any pain on the ankle, then you might also use a block and put it under your chin, and then just be here like this, or even a blanket if that is too high, and just be here like this. So you experiment with your body, with the props that you have. And lastly, here, maybe having the hands on the mat might not feel very comfortable, and then you might want to use maybe 2 blocks or any other object that you use for support, and stay here. And then we're going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. Once we have found our variation, we try to relax completely our left leg, our hips. And then we can choose to focus on feeling the sensations, the stimulation we are having with this pose, or we can choose to focus on our breath. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Now slowly bring your body backwards and then stretch your right leg, maybe point the toes up, and you're going to feel a stretch on the back side of your right leg. Inhale, exhale. And now with the next inhalation, just come back into a tabletop. and we are going to switch sides. Now we are going to bring the left foot next to the left hand, and once again, maybe this side is different from the other side and the props we use on the right side are not the same. So find what suits better your body in this moment, and then we hold the pose again on this side for 2 minutes. We relax the right leg, we relax the hips, and then we try to stay still. Feel the pose or our breath. Okay, that's 2 more minutes. Now slowly we are going to bring our body back and stretch the left leg, point the toes up. Maybe we bring our hands next to our legs. Inhale, exhale. Now with the next inhalation, we come back to a tabletop. Now we sit and we are going to lay on our back for 1 moment to do our rebound and feel the effects of the pose. We relax our body completely. We relax our face, our jaw. Now, slowly we come back to sitting and we are going to do butterfly. So we are going to place our feet together and we are going to keep them away from our body. We try to keep our back straight. Remember, I repeat over and over and over, if you cannot keep your back straight while you are sitting, you can use some support. Then we want to start folding forward, leaning forward from the hips. So we start the movement from the hips and then we can allow our back to round. And here we are going to try to bring our head towards our feet. Maybe you cannot do that. Maybe you stay just here. And also while we are doing butterfly, you can use some support for your legs if it's very uncomfortable to keep the legs just hanging there. And then we hold this pose for 2 minutes. You might also have your elbows on the mat and then support your head here like this, or support your head from the forehead. So that's 2 minutes. Slowly come back up. Extend your legs in front of you. Bring your hands on the back side of the mat, and then give a little shake to your legs. Move them from side to side. Stay here. Feel a bit your body. And now we are going to do butterfly again, but this time we are going to bring our feet closer to our body. So we are going to notice the difference on how the pose feels when we have the feet away and when we have the feet closer. So you don't have to have the feet all the way close to your body. You can have them a little bit away, but not creating the diamond shape we did before. Then once again we try to be a little bit straight here, and then we are going to start the movement from our hip. We try, and then we try to bring our chest, our head towards our feet. And you will notice that when we have our feet closer to the body, we feel the pose more intensely on the inner side of our legs. And when you stay, observe what the pose is doing. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Now slowly we come back up. Now we stand our legs. We bring our hands back, and once again we give a little shake to our legs, move them from side to side. We bend our knees, and with the inhalation we're going to lift our hips up and then lower down. Once again, hips up and then hips down. Now we're going to go straight into the next pose, which is dragonfly, Upavishta Konasana. We keep our legs open, and we're going to feel a little bit of a stretch again in the inner thighs, and we want to do only 90% of our capacity. So if I have for example, for me it will be this in this spot here. I feel like, okay, that's the maximum I can do, and then I'm going to bring my legs and do 10% less of the maximum I can do. I can still feel the pose. And now we are going to be leaning towards one side, and for this we might need some block, some pillows, some support. So we bring our body towards the right side, and we are going to start to feel also a stretch on the left side of our body, on the left hip. We want to keep both sitting bones on the mat, so maybe the tendency is that when I start leaning towards this side and this part of my body start lifting up, so we want to try to keep it down. And then we might support ourselves here with a block if you cannot reach your arm towards the floor. And then we are going to bring our left arm over our head, and then just let it hang here, and we hold the pose for 2 minutes. Try to relax your hips and legs. In this pose you might also have your elbow on the floor, and then just hold your head with your hand. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Now slowly we come back up to the center. We stay here and just feel the hips. Try to notice if there is any difference between the right and the left side. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And now we move towards the other side. So if you had some support on this side, maybe you move it towards the other side. And then try to find the spot where you want to stay. One side might be different from the other. Maybe on one side you use some support, and maybe on the other side you don't need it. And then we hold the pose for 2 minutes. Bring your right arm over your head. Let it hang. When we are working with our hips, sometimes some strong emotions might come up. The hips is an area in our body where we usually store a lot of emotions, especially anger. So if that happens, just know that it's completely normal, and don't try to change it, to push it away. Just try to observe it. We can observe our emotions by observing how they feel in our body, where we feel them in our body. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Slowly come back to the center. Keep your back straight. Feel the effects of the pose. Sometimes it might feel even more intense coming out of the pose. That only means that we did something. Now we are going to place our hands in front of us, and we are going to lean our body a bit forward. So we are going to feel a bit more intense the inner thighs, the groin, and we are just going to stay here for 1 minute. Now slowly come back to the center. We are going to help ourselves, our legs with our hands, and we are going to bring them together, and we might squeeze them and give our legs a hug. Thank them for all the walking they do for us. And now we are going to lay on our back and do a small rebound. Feel the effects of the pose. Now we are going to bend both of our knees, and we are going to try to bring our feet close to our hips, and then we are going to lift the right leg up, and we are going to bring the right foot on top of the left leg, and then we can lift the left leg, and then we might hold it from behind the knee, or we might hold it from the chin. The target in this pose is the buttocks, so you should feel a stretch on the right buttocks. And sometimes just holding here the leg, then this right leg is pointing towards our head and we might not feel it. Then we want to try to push this right leg towards the outside so it points towards the right. And then we hold the pose for 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes. So slowly release both of your legs, extend them, and feel the effects. Now bend your knees again. And this time lift your left leg and bring your left foot on top of the right leg. Try to keep your left knee pointing towards the left side, and then bring your right leg towards your body, and you can hold it behind the knee, or you can hold your chin, and then you should feel some stretch on your left buttock. And then we hold the pose again for 2 minutes. Where you hold your leg is not really important. The important thing is that you feel the stretch, the target of the pose. So that's 2 minutes. Now slowly let go of your legs, stand them, and feel the effects. Now bend your knees and bring your feet more or less on the edges of your mat, and then we do windshield wipers. So we move the legs from side to side. Now the next time we have both of our legs towards the left, we are going to keep them there. We can keep our arms on the sides or over our head, and we are just going to hold this pose here for 5 breaths. Now inhale, bring your legs up, and then with the exhalation, bring them to the right, and just keep them there for 5 more breaths. Now inhale, bring the legs back up, and now we are coming up to do our squat once again, Malasana. And this time we are going to explore the different options that we have with props. So the first thing will be for the people who cannot touch the floor with their heels. Then you can use maybe blocks, or you can use a folded blanket. Maybe you make a roll like this, and then you place it behind your heels, and then we will help you support yourself. And then you are here trying to keep your back straight, trying to push a little bit your arms, trying to push a little bit your legs towards the outside to open them a bit more. For some people, when they are doing Malasana, there is a bit of pain on the knees, and then this can also be solved with a small blanket or maybe a towel. We roll it like this, and then we are going to place it behind our knees, and then we are just here like this. Maybe you have pain on your knees and you cannot also reach your heels to the floor, and then you are here maybe with blocks under your heels and with something underneath your knees. So this will reduce the pressure on your knees and should ease the pain and should help you in this pose. Another variation that we can do is some people feel the pose. So the target in this pose is to feel the inner thighs, the groin, the hip area. And if you're feeling a lot of pressure here on the shin, then the target is not being achieved. So you can sit also on a block here, and then you are here, and then that will help you feel the pose in the inner thighs. So you explore with the different variations. Here your block or your support doesn't have to be this low. Also you might have it a bit higher. You might use something and be here. As long as you're feeling the target of the pose, then it's okay. And now we are going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. So just choose the variation that better suits your body right now, and then stay still. Okay, now slowly point your feet towards the front, and then lift your hips up, come into a dangling posture. Maybe you have your knees bent. We are going to hold this pose for 1 minute. Let your back hang, your head, your shoulders are relaxed. Relax your face. Okay, so now slowly we're going to come back into Malasana, squatting posture, but this time I want to do it again without the props for 1 minute, and try to see if you notice now any difference on how it was from the beginning of the class to now. And we are just going to hold it for 1 minute just to observe if there has been any changes or if everything has remained the same. Okay, that's 1 minute. Now I still have another option for you if no amount of props help you and you still feel a lot of discomfort in Malasana, squatting posture. Then you have the option of doing happy baby. So we're going to lay on our back and do happy baby. We are going to try to hold our feet from the inside or the outside, and if you cannot reach your feet, then you can hold your ankles or your legs, or you can even try to use a strap around your feet. And then you're going to try to bring your legs towards the sides of your torso. And then we just hold this pose here. Now we're holding it for 1 minute. But know that whenever you are doing Malasana, if you are doing Yin Yoga and it's not comfortable for you, then you can choose to just do a happy baby position. And just pay attention that your sacrum and your hips don't start lifting up, because this might be the tendency. Just try to keep your sacrum touching the floor and hold the pose here. Also, your feet should be facing the sky, the roof, more or less parallel with the roof. Okay, that's 1 minute. So now we are going to let go of our legs, and we are going to stand them. We feel the effects of the pose. And now we are going to bend our knees. We are going to lift our legs up, keep them more or less 90-degree angle. We extend our arms on the sides at a shoulder level. Inhale, and then with the exhalation, we bring our legs towards the left side. Remember that you can use some support underneath your legs. Your knees are not touching the floor, in order to keep both of your shoulders touching the mat, and then you can choose to look up or to look towards the right, and then we hold this pose for only 1 minute. Relax your body completely. Okay, now slowly come back to the center. Stay here. And now we go straight to the other side. So now we bring our legs towards the right, and we are going to hold it once again for 1 minute. Okay, now slowly we come back to the center, and we extend our legs, and we are ready for our final relaxation, our Shavasana. We relax our body completely, relax our face, our jaw. Remember that if it's cold, you can feel free to place a blanket over your body. feel like you want to stay in Shavasana for longer, you can feel free to do so. Then you can pause this video and then finish it whenever you feel ready. If not, then you can take a deep breath in. Then with the exhalation, you can start moving your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrist and your ankles. Move your head from side to side. And then stretch your whole body. And then slowly come up to your favorite sitting position. We keep our back straight, our shoulders relaxed. We are going to place our hands together and bring them in front of our heart. We close our eyes. Inhale deeply. Then exhale. And now we are going to give thanks to life, to the universe, because today the circumstances have been right to enable us to be here and to practice. Now take a deep breath in, and with the exhalation, bring your head towards your heart, your hands towards the middle of your forehead, and then with the inhalation, slowly lift your head up and open your eyes. Thank you for being here once again. I hope you really enjoy this class. If you have any questions, anything to say in the comments, any suggestions, I will be very happy to read about that. And yeah, I hope to see you for the next one. Thank you once again, and namaste. If you enjoyed this class and you want to support me, please consider giving this video a like and also subscribing to my channel by clicking here so that you can stay tuned for more. Thank you. Inhalamos, subimos los brazos, silla. Exhalamos, nos doblamos hacia el frente.